Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. Everton have won an away game. Happy days.
Hallelujah.
Leicester City 1, Everton 2. We've got Sarah Halpin with us to discuss the game. A win away, Baz.
A win away. Do you know, and I didn't know this, but Everton have lost once in 21 games when we kicked off at 3. In our last 20.
I didn't know that.
Kickoff.
I had no idea.
Only lost one.
once, and it was Spurs at home last year.
Wow.
3-0.
The last time we've lost. The only time we've lost.
Love a Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Saturday. Can we just play all our games at 3?
Against
We
modern
win the league.
football.
Win the league.
So what you're saying is the Europa League might be an issue.
Europa League's fucked us, let's be honest. Europa League, no chance. But Saturday 3 o'clock, we're laughing. Even
Happy
the
days.
Mm.
FA Cup be ruined. Be ruined. 5:15 kick-offs and all that. But yeah, it was a much needed and fantastic win, because I think we said in the preview that it was, to us, it was the hardest game outside the top 6, hardest away game. You know, in your mind, whether they don't play out like that obviously, but when you look at it, Leicester's a really tough away fixture, and that's only our second win there, and God knows.
Although we have beaten them now 3 times in the last 4 games, haven't we, I think?
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it?
Got all the stats out.
But no, great win. Great
I
win.
think it was just so important as well for us to get Silver's first away win out of the way. It's back-to-back wins now as well, and Leicester away, you kind of feel like that made up a little bit for maybe some of the points that we missed out on. I think, you know, before the game, there was people saying in the away end, you know, I'd take a draw here, and I'm thinking maybe ordinarily you might do, but I think with the points we dropped, we needed to make a thing of going there and coming back with the 3 points. And the way we started the game, even, I think we're really suited to playing away from home as well.
Yeah.
We started that game so well. We took the lead within, what, 5 or 6 minutes, but within 10 we could have been 2.
No, that's it. I mean, like you've just said there, it's some game, you look at paper and you go, that's, you know, that's maybe 3 points, that's a draw. And I think Leicester was one of them where you go, oh, that might be a draw, because they're a decent side at home. So to get the 3 points, I think just before an international break, it's always nice to pick up 3 points with that. You know, for a couple of weeks, you're positive about everything. I mean, let's be honest, it affects everything, doesn't it? My mood is completely, you know,
I've had a great weekend.
Exactly, I've had a great week. Everton kick off on a Saturday, you have a great weekend, your mood's come, and then for the next couple of weeks you're happy. And then with the games coming up as well, like you know, the likes of the away games we've got coming up, it was a real big boost. But like you just said as well, the way we played was a big boost. The way we took command in this game from the off, and then when they were down to 10 men, I just thought it showed really positive signs. Whereas, you know, in midweek when we lose the game and everyone's feeling a little bit not personally, I wasn't feeling after the game like thinking like some people do, oh well, is this gonna go, are we going the right direction? Just more like, should have won that.
It was frustrating because we basically, it was in our hands, and I think with the different decisions in the starting 11 we go through comfortably, so it was more annoying, wasn't it, than anything, rather than a
missed opportunity.
Yeah, exactly, that's exactly it, rather than thinking oh, we're shite and Silver's shite. No, it just wasn't the right side, but it showed on Saturday with as close to the best starting 11 that we can have, and that front 4 that we had. I mean, this is only 8 games in under Silver, and you've got to look at Luca Dean, which is how he says his name now, and I can't stop saying it like that. Bernard.
I'm not asked. It sounds more French.
Kurt Zuma, and obviously Richarlison. Those 4, and obviously we keep saying we've still got Mina and Gomez to come in. Those 4 have made such an impact on the side. And then the other players that we've got have stepped up their game. Look at Gylfi Sigurdsson again. It's just so exciting.
Playing players in their right positions would make them better players.
It's madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just madness. But no, I'm dead excited about this. I think, there's been some frustrating results, and I'm sure there's still going to be bumps along the road. Look, there'll be results in a couple of weeks where we'll probably be having a whinge again, but I'm just fully confident and behind the fact that we are definitely, for me, moving in the right direction and will continue to improve.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone's been banging on about playing with Richarlison through the middle for a few weeks. He did it. You know, and I think the balance of that front 4, the fluidity of them, the movement of them, just showed you're hoping when you start a project, whatever you want to call it, a new managerial ship, 3 different terms for you, that you kind of see an idea of the blueprint he wants. And I don't think we ever seen it under Koeman. It was just a bit hit and miss.
Well, he relied on individuals.
Exactly. Whereas I think that Saturday was kind of what he wants.
Definitely.
You know, we've seen it. I said it a few times. If we can turn our away performances, get them replicated at Goodison, we'll be in a much stronger position, because we do look so much better away from home. Okay, all the results haven't been there yet. I mean, what we did Saturday, we should have done at Arsenal.
Yeah.
We scored when we had a chance, you know, our first real opportunity, and we built from there. You know, Bournemouth were a Leighton Baines
error.
Moments of stupidity away from winning that game. Wolves, I mean, we've seen it again at the weekend. McTominay's challenge in the United Newcastle game, a million times worse than
Didn't
Jag.
even look, did he?
Wasn't a foul. Didn't give a foul. And Jags is sent off for the... So, you know, there's been things that have gone against us away from home, or we haven't taken our chances. Whereas on Saturday, we just looked so much better. The amount of times we took the ball off their back foot, particularly Maguire, who I think he thought he was playing for us. The amount of times he passed it out, he was terrible. Well, that's what he is, isn't he? You put him under pressure. The amount of times we got the ball back, once that's sharpened up a bit more, I think we can potentially eat teams,
win the league,
win games,
win the league.
win the second league,
win the second half of the league. No, listen. What I'd be really interested to know was this Silva's thinking from the beginning? You know, when he brought Richarlison in, and when because he basically said he wanted Bernard from the start. He obviously wanted Richarlison from the start. So was his idea from the start to play to move Richarlison into the middle gradually, and maybe the process has been speeded up by the fact that Tosin is... I'm not going to have a go at Tosin. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he suits the way we are when we're at our best, and it will be up to him to adapt his game to us rather than us. You can't adapt a whole team to play around one player up front. He has to adapt to you, and if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately he'll find his way out of the team, which he has done, but that's just the way football is.
I think for Tosin to work, our number 10 needs to be quicker. I've said that before. You know, and when Gylfi dropped back, actually, and went alongside Garner, he was incredible.
There might be, but we'll come on to that. There might be games where Tosin plays with Bernard, or plays with Richarlison, and Bernard plays on the left, and Richarlison plays a little bit deeper, and maybe Gylfi plays a little bit. There's room for scope. There doesn't always have to be one way. In fact, you don't want it to be one way. You want to be good at two things at least, so the opposition sides don't know.
You hear Bernard saying that Silva's had been training with different front fours, so he's mixed them around. So Luckman's been in there, and so that. He said so that we're all used to playing with each other.
Well, they should be, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as your best 11. There just isn't.
Best 11 for a game,
because you never ever get that chance or that opportunity, or
unless you're Wolves. You pick the same starting 11 for the 8th game.
But even that though, when they can't pick the same 11, how are they going to react? That's the thing. It's all great when it's going great. It's when the wheels come off and you have to.
It's fine.
Who's to say?
Says it's finding solutions.
Who's to say that what we've seen so far, it doesn't put us in good position going forward, when you have to rely on different players at the back. I mean, we started the season and we've had a different player in nearly every single position so far, because of suspensions and injuries. Who's to say down the line that doesn't? We don't go. We know what works and what doesn't work because of that solution. As I say, teams so far, Bournemouth are probably in the same position as Wolves are. They don't have to change their team that much. What happens when they do have to change their team?
Yeah, they're going to fall off a cliff a bit.
Well, I'm not saying they are, but it'll just be interesting to see, and it'll be the same with Wolves, and that'll be where maybe we pick up the ground later on.
Well, that's it. I mean, I was listening to Nuno Espert, whatever his name is, the Wolves manager.
Fellow with the beard.
He's actually quite cool. They were talking to him and going, how come you've been able to do... And he said, well, we've got a couple of new players, but the players know the process. And it's the same with Eddie Howe. The players know the process, so they don't really change many people, Bournemouth. It's virtually the same starting 11 or 13 or 14. It was like us with Moyes. Because you had such you had a core 8 or 9 every week. Everyone knew the jobs, and the minute everyone knows Marco Silva's philosophy and what's expected, we'll get better and better. And this is why when people were, moaning and whinging after West Ham and things like that, and he's not the right man, or this is nothing changes, and blah de blah de blah. You've got to, and I've said it many times, we had to erase, get the All Men in Black thing on in the summer and go and forget everything that's happened and go, you know what, this is the first moment. The other fella said it across the park when he was talking about Sari, whatever his name is, said, it's unbelievable what he's done as Chelsea manager already. He said, because for me, I was making mistakes for the first 18 months because I had to find out who done what and who done, and that's normally what a football team's about. A manager, you come in and you go, like you just said, we've played 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 centre halves, 5 centre halves.
Is it 5?
Not 4, but it will be 5 when Mina comes in. Luckman's had a go, Walcott, Richarlison, Bernard,
Sigurdsson,
all the way
everyone.
through Calvert-Lewin, Nias, Tosin. We've used the majority of our squad, Schneiderlin, Garner.
Yeah. But even if you look at the centre of the park, for a few weeks we were thinking, well, it's Schneiderlin and Garner, and then it was, and Tom Davies replaces one of them, and now he's sort of, now he's thought, well, Garner can play that role on his own, and then on Saturday you look at it and think, can Gylfi drop a little bit deeper? As he showed, he can drop a little bit deeper. It's this idea that you do your pre-season and then the manager knows everything about everyone
in his first 6 weeks.
It's fluid. It
should be.
It's fluid. Well, football is fluid, isn't it? It doesn't stop. You will every week you will learn something new about a player, or a player will pick up experience. We'll talk about their goal in a minute, but I'm sure John Joe Kenny will have learned quite a lot about defending from that.
Put it this way, he learned more on Saturday than he did the week before.
Yeah.
When he didn't make any. Everton as a team and Marco Silva, you only learn from mistakes, and what you do is something's presented to you. It's like in life. You have to find a solution to that problem, and if you don't, that problems will haunt you and continue to come back. And whereas if you can find a solution to it, you move on. And the best managers find solutions.
Yeah.
Other managers put their head in the sand like Martinez did, or other managers go to the golf course like Koeman did, or other managers just eat pie and chips and gravy like the other fella did. So the best managers find solutions, and that's kind of what he did. But to go in a big roundabout way back to what you said, we did start the game really well. We were on the front foot and pressing immediately, and it was the first time, I would say, I don't know whether you'd agree, since Spurs at home under Koeman, where our front players actually looked like they were putting the defenders were having to worry the opposition because we were pressing so well. We took the ball off them the first couple of minutes twice.
They were just absolutely shitting themselves with Bernard. And this is it, every time he had the ball, or every time we were on the attack, you thought, there's going to be a goal here. And we took the lead, obviously, very early on. It was something of beauty, Bernard just was taking the absolute piss out of them. When you're just watching the game and we're all kind of going, whoa, laughing because we're like, how good is this lad here? And then obviously the brilliant little cross across, and the neat little finish from Richarlison as well, the 2 Brazilians. You just got to think, I'm throwing my mind back to last season, games going all the way up to Newcastle in the freezing cold to watch a hard-fought, shitty 1-0 horrible game of football, and then I'm there watching Bernard and Richarlison and Gylfi doing his thing, and I'm thinking, how can people be that upset with this when we've come from that in such a short space of time to go into teams, going away from home, playing really attractive attacking football and taking the lead, winning game, it's for me so exciting.
For me, I think Bernard proves that you can have everything in football, but if you haven't got skill, because you look at some players and they've got all the pace in the world, but yet they're still not that good. They're good, but they're not that good. They don't elevate them. Skill elevates you to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
why I always say Messi's a much better player than Ronaldo. Whatever anyone thinks, because for me it's the skill that elevates you. It's been able to do that magic little thing. Listen, we've had loads of fast foot. Look at someone like Aaron Lennon. great professional. What was ever his end result?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He could run really, really fast, and then maybe cut one across.
Just missing like that little bit of magic.
Look at Bernard. He picks the ball up on the left. He goes one way, then the other way, effortlessly. Uses the pace and that skill, and then puts up. And then as the head to put a good ball in the box. Like,
takes his time as well, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like he picks his moment well. He knows what's going on.
It's that level of skill though that very few players in the Premier League have. There's a lot of cut and thrust. We've got one in the team at the moment. Theo Walcott, who I really like.
Yeah.
But at times he's let down by just not having that little bit of class. Well, that as well. I mean, it's a good card. That little bit of composure as well. And I like Theo Walcott, but at times you just. Whereas, listen, Bernard, I don't even think's 80% fit yet, and I think it showed in the second half. Yeah. But just those moments elevate the best players, and I'm not saying he's like an absolute whale beater, but when you look at players in the Premier League, like both Silvers at City and players like that who just have that. Well, yeah, that level of skill, that they can turn on a dime. And there's a touch right in the goal. There's a touch. And I think it's when he first goes outside before he comes inside, and there's a touch, and he moves the ball, but he moves the ball so fast again, like away from the defender, and then cuts round. And it's that one touch that a lot of players just don't have.
Yeah. They
try and turn on the first touch, and the defender will get in, but that touch just took him away. That opened the space for him to move inside, around, and it's just class.
He was just rude, wasn't he? He was just pure rude to them, and it was delightful to watch. And you just think he's the kind of player that, I mean, I know we haven't seen him play that much, and you've just said, Baz, I think maybe he's about 80% fit. If this lad's only going to get better, you've got to think every time he's on the football pitch, things are going to happen. Yeah, and him, and then Richarlison as well. And we've spoke a bit before about the fact we can mix things up, put Richarlison back on the left, maybe put Bernard through the middle, or have Tosun back in, and Walcott, Lookman, got all these options, and that's just so exciting. Imagine going up against opposition, they're thinking, God, we've got all this to contend with, and we still don't know what they're going to do.
But I know one thing. I know one thing. If Tosun does play up front, he'll score more goals with Bernard on the left hand side. Simple as that. Because Richarlison on the left and Tosun at the front. Richarlison, when he picks the ball up, well, you know exactly what he wants to do. Whereas Bernard is, as I said, got that little bit of extra ability to pick somebody out.
Yeah. The best players slow the game down, and so they always look like they've got time, and he always looks like he's got time. You watch him at the weekend. His first touch, he doesn't look at the ball. He's looking at the play, he's making pitches like this, and he's got that ability in him. Now, there'll be games when he's not in the game. There will be, because that's the kind of player he is. But then that's when your other players will come to the fore, but he won't be in the game because the team will go, we have to mark him. So if we have to go mark you, then that means he's got a bit of space to do something. And instead of Everton, and we had it for years, one threat. And if you stop that one threat, you've stopped Everton. Now, you've got to stop Richarlison. You've got to stop Bernard. You've got to stop Walcott. Walcott's pace, when he runs it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
you've got Sigurdsson.
It's good because it's two different things.
Exactly.
It's two different things as
you've
well.
Got the craft, the ability, and you've got the pace.
And it's that ability to interchange as well, which was really exciting. Richarlison didn't always stay up front, and his movement allows Walcott to come through the middle.
Yeah.
And
can we just talk a little bit about his finish, by the way? That he hits it into the floor, because if he hits it straight, Maguire blocks it.
Yeah, that's it.
He plays it down into the floor, making sure he gets something on it. And it was
instinctive, wasn't it?
It was a great goal.
It was a really good goal, and that got us going. And but what was great was we never stopped, and we kept going, and we kept going at them, and
little bit of luck we could have been.
Which I mean, listen, in a different game, Guildford is winning a penalty there.
Yeah.
The goalie and the defender.
Well, Morgan stopped them going.
Yeah.
Just blocked them. He clips him, but some refs would give it, others wouldn't.
This is the one that I get sick of, though, where you go, if that was anywhere else on the pitch, it's a free kick. Yeah. Well, then it's a penalty, isn't it? We have to stop saying that. It's a penalty, and it should be made more of, because these things, again, I said to Dave on the way home from the game, I said that we could on another day have won that game 4-1 or something like that. But in some ways, I was pleased that we kind of just ground out that 2-1 because I think psychologically we needed to do that. Taking the lead with about 10 minutes to go, 2-1, they've got 10 men, and you know, you're still nervy.
No,
like, the away end was like that, we're buzzing and singing, but you're thinking... And I think the fact that we got it over the line was like a big thing because we saw it at Bournemouth, we saw it at Wolves even about that kind of time. Yeah. I think that was a big thing to have gotten over that. So one day soon, I think we're going to go away from home. You know, maybe not in the next couple because we've got a few big, but someone's going to get an absolute tonking from us soon, I think, because it is just about that final touch, that final finish that maybe players like Walcott aren't quite there on Tosin, and I think what without jumping ahead, so the next step is actually to see those performances at home. Yeah, definitely.
To actually be like that from the off at home rather than the away games. Away, you know you're going to do that, but we need to start doing that at home. But no, I mean we should have took the lead and should have been more convincing. But I suppose the most frustrating thing for all that, Leicester get the opportunity. Well, I mean they've had the chance with Vardy going clear, which to be fair I thought Keane did quite well. He's not going to be Vardy in a foot race, is he? Let's be honest. Not many do.
Yeah.
But I think he did do well to stay with him.
As well,
does well to stay with. To be honest, I was thinking you all could bring him down here and it's a penalty and you're going to be sent off. Yeah. But he didn't. He just did enough, I think, to put him off. And also Pickford didn't make his mind up for him either. He did well just to stay up on his feet long enough. But then the goal I was really annoyed by because, again, set pieces, corners. Early on in the season, I thought we looked good on set pieces. The last few weeks, I think we looked shite.
Yeah.
Corners don't... I mean, don't get me wrong, Zuma's going to bury one.
He's got to, Annie. He's got to.
I think Keane will. I think both of them will score one.
The last few weeks, set pieces have just looked aimless. And have looked like our biggest weakness to let the opposition get through. And we've done it again. We've conspired. Bernard gives a short ball to Garner. The lad's on the floor, and I'm thinking... Just keep him on the floor. Just fall on top of him so that ball can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's an accident. It's not a booking, it's just an accident. But we don't. We're too nice, and we did it last week against Fulham. And the next minute, you know, a little 1-2. John Joe, the first mistake he makes is he gets sucked into going towards the ball. That leaves 2-3 yards that he's got to get back into. And he's always up against it. But even then, come on, stay on your feet. Make the lad make a decision.
Yeah.
As soon as you make a decision for him, what's he going to do? And then it's compounded by Pickford thinking he's going to go one way and him going the way where Pickford should be saving it. So Pickford's, again, this is something
shifting is
this is something probably like someone like, you know, proper good goalkeepers never self. Don't anticipate where it's going to go like that. You know, react to where it's going to go. I mean, some people goalies probably say the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, with experience you'll know, but. You don't know, do you?
It was a bad goal. It was our corner. Keane heads it down. Walcott's almost.
You're thinking it's 2-0 there.
It gets blocked on the line. Head of the way. Garner's got to do better. Bernard's got to do. There's nothing wrong there if you're under pressure, just kicking it out.
Yeah, that's
kick it out and just go. All right, let's just get our shape. We don't. And then you're right, John Joe gets sucked in, but then the ball gets played there, and there's an opportunity for him to snap the lad with a tackle. It's there ready for a slide tackle, and he kind of goes and waits and allows Pereira to get control of it again. And then as he comes inside, he throws him, and you're like, stay on your feet.
Because even if you miss time it, you're going to give away a penalty.
That's
so just stay on your feet, go with him wide.
Go with him, and if he shoots, put your foot out. But he doesn't, he sells himself. The lad does well, to be fair, he turns back.
Yeah.
And then he gets a shot away, and Pickford, I think, will be a bit disappointed with himself, because he gets a hand on it.
He does, yeah.
And it bobbles in, and you're like... You know, a minute or 2 minutes or whatever it was, 3 minutes before half time, and you're like, you know, what we did well after it, we got back on top of them, and you know, we've had the Sigurds, and Schmeichel's made a couple of good saves from Sigurds in the first half.
I think what it shows us though is that, you know, that we are susceptible to that, and we've got to learn from. We were talking last week about learning from the Fulham one, and you know. We've got to learn from that, but we've given a goal. We're in a game that we can complete control. And when you're away from home, when you're with, you know, some at a game like Leicester, while they're all smacking the crackers together and all that nonsense.
Drum.
Well, you know, we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. You know whether you like the atmosphere or not. That's what they like. That's what they're into. That's what
that'll pump them up.
That gets them going. you know, that's what they are like, and you're thinking at 1-1, you're thinking, is it going to be the same old story? Can the players rise up to it?
When he went in at half time, I think he will have said, because we all would have thought it, we've played really well there. It's as frustrating as that is for them to equalise, we've played really well and we're causing them problems. You know, obviously Richarlison took that Wesley Morgan for a, you know, he just left them for dead and he dragged them down and left one on the back of his Achilles, by the way, when he went down.
Yeah.
You know, and gets a booking. So you know that him and Marty, who'd done Bernard about 3 times before the referee, but he should have been booked 3 times and it was scandalous.
Yeah, it was.
And then he eventually books him for a ridiculous tackle right down the back of him.
Yeah.
You know, so they've got 2 lads in their back 4 on the yellow cards, and you're thinking, we've got pace.
Go at them.
Run at them all day long, because one of them's walking. You know, we come out for the second half, and let's be honest, Morgan's lucky to survive the first one. He puts Richarlison on the running track. It was a booking.
Yeah, it's a clear booking.
It was a clear booking.
Yeah.
Marin has bottled it.
But he didn't though. I mean, what I would say on that is that he did tell him that was his last warning.
Yeah.
And whether, so this is what makes me laugh about all the coverage. I mean, second half we come out. I mean, I thought they started the second half really well, and I thought what we did wrong was up front we seem really good at pressing.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team doesn't seem that good. We did it last week again. We allow players to the one where Chilwell run. We allow players,
my God.
and it goes back to.
I thought that was in, by the way.
But it goes back to when we played West Ham, and how players are just standing off and letting players walk through. There's not enough. There's not enough aggression.
Just engage, yeah.
Engaging. There's not enough aggression, and that's where
you don't have to dive in.
No,
just go and face him up.
Press,
get in his face. So
you know
he's got to play the ball.
Yeah, because otherwise we're going. Go on then. Just go on.
You know you can't.
Yeah.
You know now you can't really tackle.
No,
you know you can't.
Tackle.
So you've got, this is where pressing has effectively come from. You've got to engage and be aggressive, and I didn't think there was enough of that from our team.
I don't think they do it very well. And
I don't think we do. We don't do it
because the front 4 do. Once you miss that 4 out, the others, I think Davis and Garner are scared about leaving the holes.
Then, yeah.
And then, whereas what we kind of need to do, and a lot of teams do it, and City done it yesterday in Liverpool, vice versa, with that 4-4-2 defensive block, as they're all doing now. So when you're defending, your 2 wingers have to come and make it. Basically, you should be almost, 3 or 4 metres between each of your players, so you're cutting off the shadows they can play through. We're not doing that well enough yet. We're still leaving people.
No, Allardyce does. Pep taking his cues off Allardyce.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah. No,
block the spaces.
No, I agree. I just think that.
But that Chilwell come from Davis just playing.
It was a bad ball.
It was a poor, and I thought he had a good game actually, Davis.
Did.
But that was a bad ball.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't mind my defensive midfield players there. Like, and I
Listen, we're trying to take the subs up. No?
Okay. What I don't mind him doing there when that ball drops is smashing that 40 yards out for a throw and going, you know what? Just let's the first 10 minutes here.
Manage a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
We don't
have to pass out all the time.
We don't. We need to get. Listen, it's the next thing.
Yeah.
It's about keeping your shape. It's about keeping your shape. But we've got to get better.
Just don't give them encouragement.
But that's what I'm saying.
What it is.
We've done that far too many times in the last few weeks where we just stand off players. We've got to be more in the face, and that might, as you said, that might be due to the shape. It's about players going, well, no, we're in a shape, rather than going out and getting them. If they move past us, then there's not as many. But I think we got through that period without that was that one chance. I think Vardy had one that he. Not really much,
Well, he cut back, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
there was that, and really that led up to the sending off. And as I said, Morgan had this one. This is what I don't understand about all these dopes in the press and Keown and Fatty Ince.
Hearing those two as well, of all people, Keown talking like he's some self-righteous.
I'm not being funny.
Who the hell does he think he is? And also, if that doesn't just confirm that they haven't even seen the footage, they're chatting shite, and the fact that they're getting paid to do that job is laughable. Punditry. Piss off.
Paul Ince looks like bleeding Will Smith when he eats the food in Hitch. When he gets the he looks like he's been stung by a bee, or he's allergic to bees.
He's on the saying like Big Mama's house.
No,
He looks
no,
like.
listen, I'm not fattest. I'm just saying he looks like he's had a reaction to something. Because
I'm
he's
saying fattest, but that's what he's.
Or like, you know, the Nutty Professor. So, like, there's no context to it. If you see a foul like that, alright, on its own, it's not a terrible foul.
It comes through the back of him.
I know, but what I'm saying is, though, in context, if you see that for the first time, you go, and especially two players who played when it's. This is the other thing I don't quite understand. You pay pundits, ex-players who played in a time when you could go around doing whatever you wanted.
Exactly.
Or, you know, so.
Why are there so many dinosaurs doing it? Yeah.
Fucking hell, it's shitty.
And he was on he was on the City game last night as well, wasn't he? I was thinking, he is popping up everywhere.
And they don't hear.
You're shit.
And there's all.
Do you know? No, you.
The views of Sarah.
Keown, if you're shit, mate.
No, but also though they don't keep there's no consistency either. So if that's an Arsenal player, that's a Man United player, or a Liverpool player. Oh yeah, he's definitely got to be sent off for that. How dare you kick one of the top four?
Oh, it's embarrassing.
You haven't seen that. You haven't seen Morgan just empty Richarlison out onto the. He was warned. He was told one more. And what does he do the first time he gets a chance?
Next one.
And of course, listen, Richarlison's a very intelligent player, and it's don't get me wrong. I don't like some of it. I didn't like on Tuesday night when he's throwing himself around in the box, where I think there's an opportunity there to just be better, but he throws himself on the floor. But for this one, he's got every right. He comes through the back of him.
the back of his calf,
and he's off. And
you're gonna kick him. He's gonna go down.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
So
mate, if you kick
just
me,
stand up. Hold on. The worst thing was he's on the halfway line.
Yeah.
It's because he just made an absolute mockery out of Wes all game, and he just looked like a fat old man that couldn't keep up, and he just had it
all Ince.
Yeah. What are you doing, Incey? Get back in the box, in your punditry box now. But I just think it's just ridiculous hearing those two talk. When I saw it on Twitter, I thought, you've got to be having a laugh
more than
here.
just those. Paul Mason.
All of them.
Oh my God.
All
Was
of them,
he? Jesus Christ.
Was he?
I'm not being funny, right? But the drugs don't work,
mate.
Honestly.
I was going to say,
just what was he saying?
Oh, he was talking about it like it was embarrassing and all this, and I know he's basically trying to justify his comments from the summer about when we bought him, and he's going on about it, and it's just like, stop talking, you're embarrassing yourself.
He's actively pissed while he's working as well.
There's no actually any. That's just saying Alvin's opinion.
That's just my opinion again.
I mean, she might be. You might know the signs. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? If you need to talk, Paul.
Those subs might start going up, actually. No, but like, it's just again, it comes down to whichever way you want to spin it. At the end of the day, it's a foul. It's a foul.
It's a yellow card.
And he's on. Listen, if that was his first one of the day, I'd go, it's a foul, get on with it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his first one.
I'd have sent him off for the one he put him on the running track for. And give a shite. The referee doesn't have to warn you.
No.
Because if you haven't been booked, then he'd have been booked. So you can't go, well, I'd have booked you because you've been booked.
I think the ref there knows.
Well, that's fair. I think
he's going to do it again. Yeah. He's definitely going to do it again.
He wanted to go off. I think he'd had enough of Richarlison just rinsing him, and he thought, I'm done here.
He never.
Everton's bench got him sent off. Shut up.
Oh, I mean, it's not as bad. I mean, I know this is not Everton, but have you seen the Cardiff one? That's the best one.
Yeah, the lad just
Is
afterwards.
that one where he just goes through?
And he comes out after the game, Warnock, and says, Harry Kane got him sent off. Yeah.
Warnock.
What you mean? The lad who basically went
karate
around the world to just go and boot him. No, but he gets sent off, and then you think the onus is on us. And listen, I've seen this not millions of times clearly, but I've seen this loads of times with Everton where the opposition go down to 10 men, and you're thinking
we look like we've gone.
Yeah, you're thinking there's going to be a problem. Yeah, you're thinking, well, they're just gonna sit in here and go long to Vardy, and actually those tactics, the way we were playing, probably suit them in a way. They're very good at, but Silva brilliantly brings on a striker and says, I'm going for this. Opens the space up in midfield by Sigurdsson. and says, I'm going to go for this. I'm not allowing them to come out. And
Well, he just dropped Bernard into the 10, didn't he?
Yeah.
Put Sigurdsson back alongside Garner, and we just got control of the football.
Totally.
And we just passed it round, and we had opportunities to score anyway.
Goal was coming, you know, if we hadn't won that.
We had Theo with the drag back, which was, this piece of skill was majestic. Great ball by Bernard, great turn, good save. Luca Dean's volley.
Oh, what a shot
which
that
Michael
was.
saves, and the follow-up he saves from Tom
Davis
Davis.
should have probably...
Yeah,
But,
the other one from Sigurdsson that he's had to tip round the post.
But what I
So it
would
was
say
good.
is, though, it always felt like it was going to have to be a good goal, though.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we still weren't... All those chances you just spoke about, a lot of them come from outside the box. It still felt like, and this is why I'm saying about opening that space up for Gylfi and Bernard, was it felt like it was going to need something
special.
a little bit, well, no, either special or off someone's arse. Just because Leicester are, I think they're all, they're set up for that, and I felt like it was going to. And listen, the goal itself is just. It's just lunacy, isn't it? I mean, the touch. I mean, Madison still hasn't come back. He
Love
still
that
hasn't
as well,
come
by the
back.
way.
It's incredible.
Because he's...
the Cruyff turn.
Oh my God.
Because he's nowhere near it. He carries on running and goes, where's he gone?
Can we just talk about as well the fact I love Kurt Zouma, by the way, and on any other day, if it wasn't for the fact there was just a freak of nature in Bernard on the pitch, he'd have got man of the match. He was brilliant, but Zouma was like talking about Gylfi's goal, and he's like, yeah, you know, it's nice to get the assist. I was like, go on, Zouma.
The
But
assist.
that turn, like you say, Maddison's just gone, and it's like he has a quick look up, and as soon as he hit it, you're thinking, no, it's going too high, and then the dip and the swerve on it, and it was just limbs. Like some kid lost his glasses. I don't know if the kid, whoever he was, the lad in the away end, the warm embrace we shared in that goal. And he comes back after, like towards the end, and he's like, oh, "Are my glasses down there?" It's like, yeah. But what a thing of beauty! What a goal! You just moments like that you can't beat. Winning away from home, goal from your captain at the time. You know, that's 4 in 4 for him now, is it, Gylfi? Just
Tailor of a strike. Real,
unbelievable.
Real unbelievable quality inside of his foot. Great technique. Top corner, and it was worthy to win any game, wasn't it? And after that, we could have gone on and got more. You know, we had the breakaway with Walcott and Tosin, and if he...
What? Walcott was guilty a couple of times. There's one in the first half where
He should have,
if he just
played the ball.
if he'd seen Richarlison's in on goal, and then it's up to Richarlison. And the same with that one late on. If he puts that one ahead of Tosin, then it's up. Tosin's got the freedom.
I think what he should have done was commit to Chilwell. I think he should just run at Chilwell. He'd have committed, and then he could.
I think he might, but if he give that, if that ball was in front of, I don't think he rushed it. Right. In terms of, I think it's a bad ball, but if he plays it in front of him, Tosin's on side, and there's also the pitch. I'd expect Walcott to be able to find him there.
Definitely.
But I mean, listen,
but that's what I'm saying, Peter. You know, with all of them played the part, and okay, Walcott will have better days, and there'll be games that he wins us away from home.
Oh, he's still a huge player for us, but he's just had an off game.
If you have
an off game,
4 players who can all bring something in them final third, they're not all gonna. If they all play well on the same game, brilliant, because you will win 4-0 or something.
Oh, listen, you'd be winning the league if all your players were at the top of their game, or
so there'll be weeks, and that's what it's about. There'll be other times when Gylfi won't play as well or won't score that. So that's what it's having a team full of players who all bring something, and the minute you do that and you've got more creativity, you've got a goal threat from more people, that's how you do better. That's as simple.
I'm not being funny, but a week earlier, people were, before Gylfi scores last week, people are, what does he do? He's too slow, blah blah blah. And then suddenly, I still think alongside Garner he'd be brilliant. What I think he would do, like that was the position which he scored from at the weekend, because you've got. What I will say is though, creative. What I will say is, it's funny because it's like the flip of what you said before, with Tosin and needing a faster number 10, but with Richarlison ahead of him. Richarlison's dragging defenders 10 yards. That opens so much space up for Sigurdsson. Suddenly,
it's who's on the pitch. That's what.
And suddenly Sigurdsson's got. I mean, the goal is a brilliant example of it. That first touch opens up 10 yards of space between the midfielder and the defence, because the defence is so far back.
Well, that's because Tosin's pushed them back. That's right.
And because we've got pace, So Sigurdsson has got the technique to do that, but what's been found out in the last few weeks when Tosun's played up front with him is that the midfield are almost right on top of Sigurdsson when he gets the ball. Whereas whether that's coming from deep or just, and that's about finding what suits and what fits, and
that's what I'm saying. When Tosun plays, I still think Tosun can get us a lot of goals. I
think he'll get us 15.
I think he would benefit from a quicker 10. But when Richarlison's there, you're right, because Richarlison's looking to get
inside
shoulder.
himself.
So when you're running away from the lad who's got the ball, a defender's got to go with you, so that gap immediately opens up. When you've got the ability of Gylfi Sigurdsson to shoot from outside, it was his 19th goal in the Premier League from outside the box. That's it. So he should be doing that. I want him doing that every week. He won't score every week, of course, but if he's getting shots away, keepers might be parrying it and we're running onto it. We don't shoot enough.
Well, it's another angle, it's another threat for opposition to have to worry about. Like, what did we have last season? Poor Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front on his own, having balls hoofed at him or Tosun, and now you've got, Bernard, Richarlison, Sigurdsson, who can shoot from nowhere. We've got so many options, and I just think that's what's exciting. And for me, Sigurdsson, he'd constantly been playing well towards the tail end of last season. He improved, got the injury, unfortunate. He'd come in and was still working really hard, still covering the most ground, but he wasn't quite making things happen. But in the last few games, the big moments you were looking for from him, where you go, do you know what? He's got the ball 30 yards out, bang, he's just scored you the match winner. The week before, missed a penalty, scores 2 great goals.
But in that Fulham game,
that's what we've needed.
In the Fulham game, he wasn't in the game. He ended the game with 24 touches for a number which isn't enough.
No.
Once he scored his goal, he ran the game.
That's it.
So obviously a confidence thing, and I think they're all guilty of that.
I think it's collective.
They're all guilty of that confidence thing. But I think you'll see it now that we're starting to look to it. If he feels like Swansea, where people look to him and went, you're like one of our gems. Confidence, because Iceland do it. Iceland hold him up, don't they? That's
why Mum's got it, man. I think it's collective responsibility. I think, how much does he benefit from when Bernard's on the pitch?
Massively.
He did from Rooney last year.
Exactly.
And someone who will hold the ball.
It's collective responsibility.
I think
if everything isn't on Gylfi, if everyone's looking at Gylfi Sigurdsson, he's looking at the wrong player. He's a player who produces magic, but not in a Bernard kind of way. He's more of a meat and potatoes kind of fella.
But saying that Saturday, the most through, I haven't done the stats thing yet, so I might be proved wrong, but it was the most through balls I've seen him.
But that's because there's more.
Because Richarlison
more space. There's more space.
And he was given it Bernard.
Because there's more space there. Bernard's on the, Charles.
And Walcott to the right.
So that's a nice front four, and I hope we stick. But I tell you what was great about this game was, once we scored, there was no panic, are there?
No.
We had loads of control of the game, and it was only like when it went into Insley time that they got that corner.
Wasn't a lucky corner, but he got a corner, didn't he? Where Zuma might have done slightly better. He hesitated, and
we switched off for a little minute, and they got the corner out of it. But for more,
they wouldn't have deserved that.
No, they wouldn't have deserved it.
I said anything less than an Everton win there is totally unjustified, and we'd have been kicking ourselves because we had the opportunity.
I think we have to talk about, just very quickly, about Luca Dean's performance. We have to talk about Zuma and Keane. Someone saying he's having a go at Keane again. Like, he played all right, but he still let Vardy through, and you're like,
nah.
Well, hang on, do you like Harry Maguire? Because he let everyone through. Richarlison ran off him all day. Defenders aren't going to get through a game without making a mistake. It's whether they get punished. Zuma does. I love Zuma. Zuma's been brilliant.
He was sublime
but
on Saturday.
A couple of times at the weekend, people ran off me, didn't know they were there.
Yeah, but once somebody's already locked in your mind, it's like Tom Davis now, and I wish I hadn't even just brought this up, because sorry, but it's happened now. But people are looking for a mistake. so I'll end that there. But people are like, it's you, so bang.
But at the moment, they're playing well, aren't they? Them two are playing really well as a unit. And Luca Dean.
What a player.
It's almost like we bought a player from Barcelona who played for Paris Saint-Germain and Roma and the national side, isn't it? It's almost like
he was a good player.
Like we bought a good player and he was scouted correctly by people in the know.
You know what's mad? It is that, right? And what's mad is, and we haven't, and listen, it's early and I don't want to go overboard about these, but the players who come in are kind of like
good players.
But they're showing.
they're
that the
next
good
level.
players, though, you're looking and going, he is a good player. Because last year we thought we were getting good players, and they are good players. They couldn't do it here, they weren't at that level. But we went to Barcelona and took 3 players from Barcelona. We've gone and got, okay, Richarlison
the thing is,
was a thing.
I still think there's room for improvement. I was saying to you before, like, when you've won a game, it's very easy to be obviously on a high and unable to find faults in players. But there are
this team can't win the league, so
of course you can. So every position is up for grabs.
Exactly.
Got to improve.
So,
exactly.
but I mean, I look at the defence, and I know it's key. Listen, Keane isn't going to catch Vardy, so then you've got to have a player who can catch Vardy, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it.
It's also collective responsibility, isn't it? Because then Zuma should be going, well, I'm quick.
Well, I'm not talking about Michael Keane. I'm talking about anyone on the pitch. I'm saying then you need to buy someone who is as fast as Vardy. You need a centre back who can catch chickens. Yerry Mina might be that player. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. You've for this to work the way he wants to work. It's very clear. We've said this a few times. It's risk and reward. And all teams are like that. If it's the last minute, if you're trying to win the league, right? A point, well, it might be good enough when you're playing your rivals and you don't. But if you want to win the league, you've got to risk everything to get 3 points every week.
Yeah.
Draws don't win you the league. Winning games wins the league, and that's the way you've got to be. So at times you've got to be like, well, in the 90th minute. Or the last 10 minutes, I'm not settling for a draw. I'm going for this, and you know that's going to leave the door open for you. So you need players at the back who can catch, who are lightning, who can catch chickens, and that's the way. That's the only thing I look at. I mean, no, it's not the only thing, but I look at the moment and think that's what we've got to be better at. We've got to have because if you've got fast players at the back or centre back, that allows you to play higher up the pitch.
This is it, yeah.
So it's not absolutely brilliant, but the lads at the back, I think Zuma was great on Saturday. I think Michael Keane has been brilliant this season. Really, really, really upped his game, and almost just gone, I've got to get my head on this.
Yeah.
I mean, quite literally, he did, and it's been fantastic. And I'm, I'm not going to have a go on for something he lacks.
Yeah,
because pace is pace, and you either got it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you have to change your game accordingly. He stepped up his
game, and I was far from a fan of Michael Keane. I used to dread seeing him in an Everton shirt because he frightened me, and you just think you look scared, and you don't want your centre back to look frightened. But especially after getting the fractured skull, he's putting his head on everything still, and I've just got to go. Do you know what? Fair play to you, and fair play and credit to Silva, because the fact that he's improved that player so drastically, and among others as well. I think we have to be positive in this situation. Pez has made a really good point about bringing in like a fast centre back. Hopefully that will be Yerry Mina. Hopefully Andre Gomez can come in and be a player we need him to be as well. And I'm 100% sure that Brandon Silva have identified that we still need to bring in another top striker. But these things are going to take time. It's going to take multiple windows. It's going to take multiple seasons.
What's encouraging so far is every player they've brought in looks a good player, and that's the way you got to look. That's the positive thing. Whereas you go back 12 months and you're trying to be nice about players, and you're hoping that they'll adjust. A lot of these players haven't needed, and that's the sign of a really good player, by the way. And they don't need time to adjust.
Well, if you look at, we had 8 attempts on target at the weekend.
Yeah.
And a year, 6-8 months ago, it took us 4 games to do that. We had 17 attempts.
I was going to say 17 attempts in one game.
And I know this doesn't really mean much, right? And I know because of the 10 men, but we finished the game, I think, with 49% of the possession.
Fantastic.
For a counter-attacking side of the way, and I know they were down to 10 men. I know that, so we will have more of the ball. Of course we will. But doesn't always happen with Everton.
No.
It doesn't always happen.
And we were making the right decisions. It's like, how many times have we been in here? Well, this season we were saying it after Wolves, we were saying it as particularly after Bournemouth. Just even when they'd got one back there, just play the ball, just keep possession, just calm it down. You don't need to be going forward and trying to kill it off unless you've got a golden opportunity. Just keep possession, play the clock down, manage the game, and we did that.
There's always a temptation, and I've criticised us a couple of times this season for doing it. Well, I've criticised us a lot for doing actually, because I think we did it in the week as well. There's the temptation of when when you've got the ball and you can almost see the goal in front of you, to just start throwing crosses. And I think we actually did do it. I think Richarlison does it a little bit more often than he should for me. I think if he just keeps the ball at times, but he'll learn now, he's a young lad. Be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient, and with better players you can be more patient and start pulling teams apart. And that's where this team's got to get better. But 3 points is 3
Wins are
points.
massive wins, a big win, 6 points in a week. Everything looks so much rosier, doesn't it?
You know? And then, you know, we've got Palace at
Got a
home,
break
which,
and then Palace at home.
which isn't, you know, by any means necessarily going to be an easy
It's a
game.
different, it's a different kind of game.
Yeah,
because they're going to
completely.
come and put men behind the ball, and it's about us having to
Can we
open
break
up.
them down?
And that's the next step for this team. Is you know, can you start games well at home? Can you start them fast? Can you pull teams apart? Can you not be susceptible to, you know, getting taken apart on the break? So,
and I think the crowd going into this Palace game, I think everyone will be feeling everyone will be feeling a little bit happier. You know, the Fulham game, everyone, you could feel a little bit of pressure because we knew it was a game we had to win, whereas this one, we've won the 2 games now. Let's get this little bit of fluidity going, let's get the crowd, you know, up, and let's get behind the players.
If we start against Palace like we did at Leicester, and you've got Bernard doing his thing down the left, and we have an early shot, everyone's then behind, and we should be comfortable.
Yeah.
So, happy days.
Good win.
yeah, you can just be happy.
Smile for
We've got 2 weeks.
Got 2 weeks of happiness, and then something on.
Benteke.
No, you'll beat Palace as well, and then we'll destroy United at Old Trafford.
Destroy them.
Destroy.
There you have it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you still buzzing? Did you have a boss weekend? Did you go and see the Giants? I did. These didn't, because they're miserable. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you later.